Test, 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 test. Okay. Now we good. All right, let me run that back. I caught it this time very early on. Hey, y'all. Welcome into another Powerbook 2 Ghost live after show right here with your good sis you love to talk TV with. We're going to be breaking down season 4, supposedly the final season, but season 4, episode number 8. And we only have 2 episodes left. It's the end of an era. And I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I don't know how I feel about the episode, but of course we're gonna talk about it. And I'm actually gonna record my first thoughts in this live because I didn't even put up my first thoughts on my second channel like I typically do. I have been waiting, and I actually just rewatched the episode because I felt like this episode gave us so much to think about and so much to chew on. So when I first watched it, like, I enjoyed the episode, but I was still thinking of like all of the different plot points and characters, and Anya's gonna go see Kane and all of the things, and I'm like, ugh. So I have a better grasp now on like what I would want to say, what I am going to focus on, what I'm most interested in, and I'm going to start this live off giving y'all like my first thoughts, and then that will live on the main channel once this live is over, and then after that I'll open up the Discord because I cannot wait to hear y'all's thoughts. But we're going to still start this live off like we start every other live. Let me know, what is your rating for the episode on a scale of 1 to 10? What do you rate episode 8 from season 4 of Power Book 2? Ghost. And wow, oh, shout out to DeMarcus, thank you for that super chat. While we wait for y'all's ratings, let me shout out everybody who's in here. Jalen was up in here first. Candy loves to talk TV. Hey boo, how are you? Hey DeMarcus, I really appreciate that super chat. The super chat says Tariq finally became the latex predator. He's supposed to be the apex predator, but he working on it. He working on it. Am I still muted, y'all? Y'all can hear me now, right? My little bars are going up and down, so y'all should be able to hear me. Let me know if you can't though. Hey Hope Lee. Hi, who is Harper? Who is Harper says I'm gonna give it a 5, maybe a 6. Ooh. Really? DeMarcus gave it a solid 7. Jalen said the episode was a 9. Oh no, you said, did I see the promo for episode 9? What you rating it, Jalen? I did see the promo. I am intrigued by episode 9's promo. That looks real. Like, well, of course, given the cliffhanger that they gave us at the end of the episode, we knew like the little switching and like who's going up against who. But I'm laser focused on Tariq. I really, like, I care about the Tejadas. They add for really great comic relief, but I don't really care. Well, actually, I do. I care if Kane makes it, but everybody else, I don't really care. So I'm really laser focused on Tariq, and it feels like Tariq is about to see. This is crazy. I'm about to say this because he has been doing things that he can't come back from. I'm like, Tariq about to do some shit that he can't come back from, but he's been doing that. He didn't kill his daddy. Erica, what you talking about? Hey MJ 3009. It wasn't the best. You're gonna give it a 7. Hi Inez. Inez gives it a 6. Y'all wasn't feeling this episode. Hey Sexy for Life. She gave it a 5. Hopefully gave it a 7. Kendra gave it a 7. Effie mother Melissa is younger version of Kate Egan. Child. A little underwhelmed. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was a little bit underwhelmed with Effie's mama, but I guess after everybody had been speculating for so long on who's Effie mama's gonna be and all of that, they really couldn't go with like making her a crucial part of the story, or like a character that could become a crucial part of the story, and they couldn't go with somebody who was like very strong and very pivotal. Like, we had already did all of like the fan theories for like years about who her mama would be. So I guess this was like all that they could do of giving her some little humdrum ass, male identified ass mama, some white passing Latina mama. Terrible work. And I didn't feel no sympathy for Miss Mamas. Like, I really didn't. Like, you're coming to your daughter for money, who's putting herself through the Ivy Leagues, like at an Ivy school, has been at multiple Ivy schools. She was at a boarding school or whatever Choate was, like a high-end damn school for high school. She probably had to put herself through that. And the man who molested her left you, and you gonna come and ask her for some money? You gonna ask her for some money? No, absolutely not. Take your broke ass home, mama. Period. Hey Cheryl D, welcome in, boo. Who is Harper says, I love me the Tejadas. It's me, Mary. Her big-headed children. My remote against the world. I don't hate the Tejadas. Like, I really do enjoy watching them as a family. Diana kind of was really pissing me off until this pregnancy storyline. But if I had to choose, like if I could only walk out of this series and go into like next iteration, next phase, whatever, because power never ends, right? If I could only leave with 3 characters, I would not spare any of the Tejadas probably except for Kane. And I would be sad about getting rid of Monet because I love Mary, but Kane would be my pick. It would have to be Tariq. It would be Kane. And damn, who would be the third? If y'all could only take 3 people out of Powerbook 2 at the end of the season, only 3 people can survive. Who y'all got to survive? Who would y'all be giving those slots to? Before I reveal my third one, who would y'all give that slot to? Please tell me in the chat. Kendra says Monique and Tariq not playing this promo next week. They not playing at all. They did a lot of talking this episode. Like they had the same conversation at the top of the episode and midway through, and I was just like, we already heard y'all had this conversation. Y'all could go ahead and say something else. Y'all could do something else. I would really love to know who's y'all top 3, who y'all saving. If everybody gotta die at the end of the season, who's the 3 characters that you gonna spare? Sexy for Life says Effie mom is from The Sopranos. Okay, y'all. So y'all can judge me. It's fine because we all friends here, right? I think I've only seen the pilot of The Sopranos and I don't even remember it. So I should probably get on that, huh? I have not seen The Sopranos. So I don't recognize her. She don't hold no weight for me. So she just seems like a little humdrum white passing Latina lady. She doesn't register to me at all. I said, I might as well have been Keke Palmer. I hope it don't sound strange. I wouldn't be able to tell you a thing. I don't know that man. Sorry to that man. Sorry to that woman. I didn't recognize her at all. So I'm glad that y'all told me. Her mom has some damn nerve. Yes. Yes. Erica, who is your favorite character in Powerbook 2 Ghosts? I want to like naturally like viscerally say Tariq, but I don't even think he's my favorite character. I just feel like he's family at this point and he got to survive. But I get like, who I'm most interested in and like leaning in on changes. So like for quite a while, I was really obsessed with Kane and his story and like what he had going on, this mother wound that he has and like how he is navigating life with it, but then also like falling for Effie and then like playing with these other hoes. Like I was very interested in Kane for a while. I love Woody's portrayal of Kane. This season, I found myself like leaning in more to Effie because I am naturally like drawn to women, wounded women, specifically women who have mommy or daddy issues and desperately want to be loved. Like I think that Effie's story is more intriguing now that we're getting that backstory. So like I've had moments where like, oh, I'm obsessed with Effie. And then, yeah, then I'll go back to Tariq. Yeah. I used to like Drew in season 1, but then he kept whining about these wayward ass men he kept falling for, and I was over it because I was just like, Drew, you're not even picking the cream of the crop Negroes to fall in love with. You're picking weak men. Everett is who you ready to crash out about every 5 seconds? No. So yeah, it changes. Tariq is like my go-to, like I'll just say that, but if I really like, if you ask me who my favorite character on Power was, I'll say Tariq. But if you ask me on a deeper level, then I will go into that. Okay, y'all's top 3s. MJ 3009, you guessed it. I am thinking Davis. Davis will probably be my top 3. Tariq, but you picked Tariq, Diana. Okay, I'm not gonna judge you. This is not a judgmental space. MJ 3009 said that you saving Tariq, Diana, and Davis. Lord, why are we saving Diana if you don't mind me asking? My word. You thought that, DeMarcus said that, I thought that Paula Diana Davis's investigator and right-hand woman would be Effie's mother. There was so many speculations. Like, people were also saying that they thought that Blanca was Effie's mom. And it just, for me, that didn't track. I think that could have been cool if we didn't have the backstory of, like, Effie having to get it out the mud and, like, not having no help, no support, no finances. Because for lack of anything else, like, I would assume that they would throw money at her. Even if they don't have a strong, like, tied to her or emotional connection or they're estranged for whatever reason, for it to be Blanca or for it to be Paula or any other woman of actual means in a career, I would think that the bare minimum they would be funding her going to school and staying away and trying to keep him out of trouble, kind of like how Ghost did with Tariq, with trying to send him off the choke. So that didn't track. I knew it couldn't be some woman that we have already seen of means, because Effie would have been able to go to her prior to this and some of the other things that came up. DeMarcus, your top 3 is Kane, Davis, and Monet. Damn, you're not even letting Tariq survive his own show? That's cold-blooded. Kane, Davis, and Monet. Okay. Okay. Hope Lee says Kane, Tariq, and Davis. Yeah. Same. Same. That's the big 3 right there. The Sopranos is good, Cheryl D. I heard everybody speaks so highly of it. And I was supposed to watch it because I had also, what's the jail show on HBO? I had started watching that, but then I had to I weaned off of it a little bit, and that is crazy. Like, I think I got into season 2 of it, and I was supposed to watch The Sopranos after that, but I hadn't finished it. So, yeah. I mean, that was HBO's heyday of like true bangers. Sexy for Life says save Kane, Tariq, and Braden. No, we're not saving junkies. We're not saving Braden. Thank you for saving Tariq at the end of season 3. You've done your service. You have earned your death. Goodbye. I'm done with Braden. I'm done with Braden. This sloppy ass kill that's going to put Tariq in jail because you go to scare the low-level drug dealer, the white drug dealer, and then you shoot him in the face after make Braden, please. Please. But you want an attaboy? You want a good job? Please. Cherish, hey boo, welcome in, says Tariq, Effie, and Davis. I ain't even mad. What I did feel like, y'all, after watching this episode, I felt like Effie could get her own spinoff. Like, I think that Alex Lepre could totally carry her own show. I would care. I know a lot of y'all still mad at Effie, but I would care. I would be in. Who is Harper? Says Mama Effie and Denise hold the same weight. Who's Denise? Y'all, my memory is crazy on a Friday evening now. Not Effie, she messed with Lauren. Effie mother's played on Sons of Anarchy. I ain't seen that either. Never seen Sons of Anarchy. Everything the lady been in, I ain't never see. She also played in the Summer Show with J-Lo, I think. Oh, wow. Y'all think she's gonna come up again? I felt like this was like a one and done type of thing. And maybe like if she pops up again, it's also gonna be in passing. Like, I was hoping for Effie's mama to come and to become a player in some way. Like, be able to fool Effie's business and create additional conflict, then be wanna be boss in the making, or just a real big hot mess. Not some just begging ass mama looking for a couple bucks. I expected more from her. So from what we got, I'm like, oh, well, they don't actually need to show her again. Like, this was something in and out. But do y'all think we're gonna see her again? If anybody wondering who just came in, they're putting 3 characters in the chat of who they would save. So at the end of this series, if you can only save 3 characters, who would those characters be? Mine would be Tariq, Kane, and Davis. Yeah. And I'm apologizing to Murray right now. And low-key, I'm apologizing to Alex Lepre, because I would love those 2 to survive as well. But if I can only pick 3, it'll be Tariq, Davis, and Kane. You feel like Diana and Tariq are stuck together just like Effie, or going to stick together just like Effie and Kane, or are stuck together? I really thought that, okay, Erica, you don't dislike Diana anymore, but maybe I do dislike her. I don't want this. Like, when Tariq was about to sleep with her, I was just like, why are you doing this? You giving this girl pity sex? I don't understand what is happening right now. What is going on? And I get Diana like struggling and grieving not only the loss of her baby, because she had the miscarriage by way of goofy ass Felicia and her cokehead ass behavior. Cool. not cool, but that happened. But she's also, I think Diana's also grieving her innocence. I think that she's grieving um the distance that she used to have from the life. And while she was able to be a witness to a lot of it, she really was not involved outside of like counting money and handing things off for the most part. Like, even in the moments where she was selling drugs at the candy shop, was she really selling the drugs? Don't buy it. Like, Diana had really, really great distance, but still being in the mix and still feeling trapped in the life. So to take that and not only have her basically in to like help Monet stack up and figure out how to restart their organization, cool, but then also to get her first kill and it be tied to this other traumatic thing, like, that is a lot. So I 100% understand why Diana is responding the way that she's responding and what she's doing. I just think that her and Tariq were never supposed to be together, and her clinging to the idea of Tariq giving her amazing nuclear normal ass family was always going to be a fantasy that was never going to be true. Tariq is never going to be a normal Negro, ever. Tariq is never leaving the life. It don't matter if tomorrow everything is easy like Sunday morning for Tariq St. Patrick. He is still never leaving the life. He goes and gets Yas and his mama, and he's still gonna be doing some shady business. It's in him. It is not on him. It is in him. So Diana having these hopes and dreams of like, oh, we could still do this, and I want to put a baby back in me. Like, girl, take your little ass on. And I guess we're getting into the damn my first reactions of it all, or first thoughts of it all. Let me read some of the chat before I go in, because I have some real thoughts around Diana and her pursuit of a new baby. Who's Harper says, I'm gonna save Diana, Tariq, and Kane. Y'all saving Diana is sending me. Hey, Michelle. Michelle gave this episode an 8. Nikki the Diamond, hey boo. Nikki the Diamond says this episode was blah to me. Was it? Yes, that jail show was called Us. That show was good, but it was so like, it's a lot to take in, y'all. I never finished it, but when I was watching, I was like hooked, but it was a lot. Like, HBO said, we gonna give y'all the real. Ooh. Hey, Big Kev, I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. How are you, boo? Big Cav says Tariq in class like he's on the dean's list. All these bodies dropping. I haven't seen Tariq doing homework since he was doing Zeke homework. Surprised to see them back in class. I said, oh, we're going to class again? I miss this, low key. Like, I love the canonical studies, and they start every episode off with them in class with some type of like philosophical problem that also relates to the theme of the show. I thought that was like their heyday and like such a really dope way for them to do the writing for the series. So seeing them back in the classroom setting was a little jarring at first, but then I realized like, damn, I really miss them in their like student life. Because so much, they're asking us, in a lot of ways, they're asking us to suspend our disbelief about a lot of things. They're making a lot of things stretch. I'm like, listen here, Paul, this would not actually happen this way. This is not how this works. So having a little relatable moments like them being in class was dope to me. Oh, Denise is Don Carter's wife. You right. Oh, okay. Let me go back up to that comment. Okay, so you said that who and Denise is on the same level? Wow, y'all are hilarious. Somebody said so-and-so and Denise were at the same place. Effie Mama? Yeah, Effie Mama and Denise hold the same weight. Ooh. Wow. For them to be about to wrap up and it's coming into the end, it's the final 2 episodes, they are also still weaving very intricate stories that don't seem like they're wrapping up anytime soon. Aside from additional body dropping, it feels like we still have so much more story to tell. Child. Save Tamika and bring her back, child. We need help. Imagine if Don Carter and Noma smashed. You know what? But when they first announced Michael Ealy, like back in season 2, they announced Michael Ealy was coming. Like at the end of season 2, before season 3 premiered, I think they announced that Michael Ealy had been cast for season 4. And I was like, ooh, what if he's smashing Monet? So I had never thought about him and Noma smashing, but then clearly we're not going to see him smash Monet. But I was like, that could be interesting. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I want Noma to get any more penis. I think that her box is good. I think that she's throwing that cat at everybody, and I'm over it. I'm also over Noma. She's still alive, and I've been counting down the episodes of like, girl, you should have been died. Like episode 1 from this season, you should have been gone. Like the veil has been lifted. Noma is not a threat. She's foolish. I don't even know how Opie let her get the drop on him. Don Carter resembles Mecca with hair, and Noma resembles Denise with short hair. Shades of Blue is what it's called. The show that she was on with J-Lo. Do you think that Sterling Reynolds is related to Jabari Reynolds? I didn't think about it. I love going live because then y'all start to bring up real things to like dive into. Me and my friend Lily fight over the Braden situation. I agree with not saving junkies, and people have to stop comparing Braden to Tommy. The only comparison that Braden has to Tommy is they both white. Braden wishes he could be Tommy Egan. Braden is not capable of being Tommy Egan. There was one point in time where I had wished and hoped that Braden would be Tommy Egan. Tariq is morphing into Ghost. Braden is not morphing into Tommy Egan. Braden needs to take his ass back to his family. Braden needs to wash his hands of this. He needs to say, Tariq, you my boy, but I was never built for this. I'm going home. Because you, with your junkie ass and your junkie ass decisions, going to go and try to grab the other junkie, the sick junkie, and play house was never going to work, Braden. I know Tariq ain't gonna tell you that. He gonna tell you, oh, you don't know her. Da 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 da. I tell your ass, you don't know her, and y'all are two junkies. This is never gonna work. Send her to Spelman or somewhere like they did Brandy and Boys in the Hood. Hello. I would save Diana before Effie. Okay. Diana is still such a liability though, y'all. Like, she's still a liability. She doesn't bring much to the table. Effie is a liability in the ways that she could double cross you, but she has skills and things that she could use to actually double cross you. Diana needs to be taken care of. Who got time for that? Diana is fantasizing too much. She needs to realize who Tariq really is. Period. Girl, take the delusional ass goggles off. I'm all for the Lulu is the Salulu. When it's something that's within your control, honey, and you not trying to get other people to be something that they are not. All right? Seemed like it would be another season. It gotta be. Vonnie Love. Welcome in, boo. Noma needs to go. I'm ready for Effie to go too, though, friend. Effie just got her way back in my heart. Her mommy issues and her need to be loved just got me like, oh, girl, I love you. I'll be your friend. Just don't make me whoop your ass. If I had to be in community with Effie, she would be doing these things, but I would be checking her. Like, somebody need to lay hands on her so that she can know that they're not the one to play with. But outside of her, like, snake-ass ways, which come from her having no stability at home and, like, feeling like she's never deserving of love and all of that, and she got to look out for herself, she's doing these things. But when she's not, and when she feels cared for, when she feels like she's in community, when she feels like she's in family, she's wonderful. You know? Diana and Zeke are siblings. They're both special. How Braden girl gonna say that life is too precious? Like, y'all are hilarious. Not how she gonna say life is too special. Oh my goodness. All right, let me do my first thoughts and then I'm gonna come back to this chat. All right, going back to Diana. Again, I truly understand how she's grieving, why she's grieving, and the mental space that she is in. But again, like I've already mentioned, Tariq is never going to be your Prince Charming. He might be your knight in shining armor on some thug shit, but he was never going to be your Prince Charming. And Diana is so delusional in thinking that, one, somebody else needs to save her because, girl, you're fully capable of saving yourself. You just don't believe it to be so. And then, two, you're delusional in thinking that you actually need a man or a family to actually do it. So in addition to you thinking that any power that you have or anything that's going to shift your life into a place that you actually will want it to be in or going on the track that you want it to be in is outside of yourself, but you also waiting on a man to do it? Diana, please. If anything, and this is going to sound hella morbid, and I don't want it to sound this way, but I want y'all to follow me on it. If anything, her losing this baby has been a gift in disguise, because now she is actually free under the guise of actually grieving. And I'm not saying that she's not grieving, but under the emotional things that come with grieving, she's now free from Monet being on her back asking for help. Ain't nobody looking for Diana to do nothing. Nobody looking for Diana to count no money. Nobody looking for Diana to deliver no drugs. Nobody looking for Diana to come to the house. Monet is perfectly fine, especially with her and Tariq trying to handle Carter. Perfectly fine with you staying your ass on campus. And I get it. You're grieving. You had a miscarriage. So, of course, you're in class and you're disassociated and you're thinking about, you know, the possibilities of a family. But she's losing her opportunity to get out right now. She could be building what her next thing looks like. And yes, maybe you still do want to be a mama. But girl, you and Tariq accidentally getting pregnant was never going to be a sustainable ass plan, honey. And you trying to get Tariq to get you pregnant again so that you can have this normal family because that's all you ever wanted. It's like, girl, you need to dream bigger than this. I want women all around the world to aspire to something more than children. And no shade, because I want to be a mother as well. But we got to aspire to more than children. There is never going to be a day or a way that anything outside of yourself is truly going to grant you happiness and peace. And she's young. Diana is, what is she, 20? She's not even 21 yet in the series. So, of course, she is not going to be thinking about this. I just hate the idea that her grieving is being exasperated because she's also tacking on to it the grief of like potentially losing her window out of the life that she hated into the life that she would have loved. Girl, you would have probably hated it. And while Tariq would have been there financially, you would have still been operating like a single mother because yes, Tariq wanted to support you and wanted to do the right thing, but Tariq does not want to be with Diana's ass. Tariq might enjoy having sex with her unexperienced ass and like her type, you know what? But Tariq don't actually look at Diana like a partner. Tariq don't actually look at Diana with immense longing or immense admiration. If anything, Tariq looks at Diana like the liability that she is. One that is family now, of course, because they've experienced bringing conceiving a baby and then losing a baby together. But she was never going to be. She was never going to be what he thought Effie was going to be, and she was never going to be what Lauren was supposed to be. You're just not. Maybe in time, but Diana is not even giving herself time to experience the things that she needs to experience and grow from it. She's literally like keeping herself boxed in to these ideas and to these naive ass fantasies that she's conjuring up. Meanwhile, she's missing the entire world right in front of her. And that part is just like so infuriating to me because your character already was running on nothing, honey. You were giving looks at best. And Monet teaching you very early on, when we first see you in season 1, she's teaching you how to play niggas. Like, she was hoping that you was going to get over on your looks the rest of your life, marry some man and be taken care of, and maybe support the business by way of counting or whatever. But you was never going to be some gangster. You was never going to be no corner girl. And at some point, I want Diana to wake up and see something better and bigger for herself. And we had glimpses of it so far. Like in the first 3 seasons, we saw her like, well, I want to go to Stansfield and I want to do this and I want to do that. But then when you really break it down, so much of that, I really think, was driven to her like wanting to be closer to Tariq and wanting to do things based off of like what she sees versus what she can actually imagine. I think Diana needs to take some time, sit with herself, and really figure out what does she like, what she's interested in, where does she want to be. Might be time for her ass to leave New York. And for me, I really struggle with both Diana and Drew going as far as trying to kill Monet, talking about they wanted to get out, when all y'all could just leave. Why haven't y'all left yet? Why haven't you run away? Yeah. So those are my thoughts about Diana. Thought it was completely absurd for her to get pissed with Tariq because Tariq don't want to put another baby in her. Girl, nobody is like walking into a teenage pregnancy. It happens by accident, honey, like y'all's did. Why in the hell would he actively decide to do that when he don't even know if he want to be with you? You don't know this, but he is still smashing on you on the weekends. And if he wasn't so pissed at Effie again, he would be smashing her ass too out of spite to Kane. So, Diana, you special, but you ain't special, honey. And I need you to pick up on that a little bit quicker because her character, now that the baby is gone, pretty much as quickly as we learned about it, she's going to give boring. She's going to give nothing. She's going to give the liability that she is. Now, Monet in this episode is running around with Tariq, and it annoyed me that they made them have the same conversation twice, once at the bar at the top of the episode, and then again on Stansfield's campus, because Tariq and Monet got to figure out a way to get Monet and Carter off of their backs. This is the part that really pisses me off in this like second half of this season, because I don't actually see the end of the tunnel here. I don't see how they actually wrap this up in a meaningful and satisfying way. I feel like so much of this feels so rushed, because y'all just got word from Carter that y'all gonna be under his thumb. Monet, you have been under his thumb. Why are we scrambling so quickly to try to put together some plan and make Noma go against Carter? Like, y'all need time to think this through. And then them giving us multiple scenes of like, yeah, we just got to get rid of these niggas. Well, right now they ain't doing shit to you. At some point, when are y'all gonna take the like wait approach? Like, I get that Drew is wrong for like running up under Carter and positioning himself to work with a damn a crooked ass cop, but I like the technique that Drew is using. I don't believe that Drew is truly worshiping Carter. I don't believe that Drew really just wants to be part of the gang with Carter. I believe that Drew is a much more patient gangster, where he's going to do what he got to do to position himself, embed himself within an organization, embed himself within a crew, figure out how things are working, and then come up with the best plan or strike of action. Tariq and Monet grasping at straws, trying to play this person, play that person. It just weaved this goofy ass web this episode, where you don't really know who to trust, who is doing what, and why they're actually doing it. From them going to go meet with Noma so that she can have her moment of parading that goddamn rock in front of everybody's face. Girl, don't nobody give a for real. All the way to like them going to go meet with Davis and getting the information from Davis about her actually working with, you know, or trying to flip another congressman so she can get these government contracts. Davis comes in later to like warn Noma so that she could get activated, but then Noma and Carter wind up speaking towards the end of the episode, and then it's like, okay, so then y'all basically sat across from Davis, quote unquote, needed to get Noma activated to go after Carter. That didn't work. Y'all don't know it didn't work yet, so we're gonna see in next episode of like them actually realizing that shit didn't work, and now that they got the targets on their back, cool. But they specifically told y'all he cannot be giving y'all information because it's gonna look like X, Y, and Z and point right to him. The information that he gave y'all, only he would know. Him and Kane. So once Noma goes and talks to Carter, now Davis is dead, because she's gonna be able to easily make this leap of like, well, wait, how the hell would Tariq know that I was actually trying to get this government contract and flip this person? Da, 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 da. He wouldn't know that. Only Davis knows that. Now y'all done compromise Davis. Y'all's one ally on the inside. Monet and Kane, y'all little backwards beef and whatever the hell y'all got going on is annoying. I do respect the fact that Kane is like still protecting his family. He ain't snitched on Drew. He ain't snitched on Monet about knowing that they are the ones who actually have put Noma in a position, or put Noma's name on Carter's radar, basically. One way or another. Drew has like given additional information, but Monet is part of the initial thing. And Kane knows that, and he hasn't revealed it. It's interesting to me that Kane got so much beef with Drew for working with Carter, but I feel like Drew and Kane are doing the exact same thing, but under two different people. And it's only okay that Kane is doing it because he's under a criminal drug lord in Noma. And it's not okay that Drew is doing it because he's under the police. But they're quite literally doing the same thing. I think that they both have embedded themselves into an organization. Kane has redeclared his loyalties are to him and his loyalties are to Effie in this episode. And we get to see that. This is 100% for him about business. Cool. And I think he also is trying to be in a position of power as it pertains to Noma so that he can protect his family, even if even if Monet thinks that he's just pussy whipped and he just doing anything that Noma says. I 100% believe that Kane is there, one, to try to snatch up some power for himself, and two, to be able to protect his family. And while it doesn't fully make sense to me for Drew's part, I get it. Like, I get why Drew decided to do what he did, because he also believes himself to also be trying to protect their family. I fear that Tariq's connection with the Tejadas is the thing that's going to get him killed. If he doesn't survive his own series, it will be because of the damn Tejadas. And I hate that for him. Like, really hate that for him. I thought that Braden could potentially be the thing that gets him killed, but Braden's gonna get himself killed, and the Tejadas are gonna get Tariq killed. Because Quiet as kept Tariq. Yes, Carter said welcome to the team, but he ain't asked you to do nothing yet. Like, you are banding together with Monet, who was so quick to toss your ass to the side. Last episode, she told you to go ahead and get out the hospital. This was family business. And now all of a sudden she meet with you because you got to help come up with a master plan to get rid of Noma and Carter's ass. Meanwhile, and you got more to lose because Carter got a video of you deading somebody on top of your fingerprints at this cop's house. Oh, word, my word. Even though, y'all, I feel like now that Carter has already covered up Felicia's murder, he can't actually use the murder against them, because then it would just call into question the story that he concocted in this whole fatal car accident. So he can't actually go back on his word. So right now, Tariq, you're the only one who has actually got his life on the line because of the safe house video. And you running around here like Scooby-Doo with Monet's ass ready to... It's too much. All of it's too much. I really enjoyed, though, this episode, the little moments, the little comedic relief. So, like, Drew and Kane, chef's kiss. Their little back and forth, chef's kiss. Kane and Davis, chef's kiss. Hilarious. Brilliant. Tariq with the nigga think that he Denzel Washington in Training Day. There were so many jokes this episode, and I really did enjoy them. I think that's it for my first thoughts, y'all. Carter's definitely gonna fall. We hate to see Michael go. This is the very first role that I have actually started to root against Michael Ealy in, because I'm obsessed with Michael Ealy and I love Michael Ealy. So if y'all are not new to the channel, you know that. But if you are new, Erica just loves her some Michael Ealy, because Michael Ealy is going to always Michael Ealy. And this is the very first time that I'm just like, okay, I'm ready for you to go, Michael Ealy, because I'm tired. Which is different. It's new. All right, let me jump back into the chat and see what y'all are saying. Anya is Lauren 2.0. I don't know if Anya got that in her yet. I think she could be, but we gotta see how she feels about criminal activity. Who you think not making it out of this season? Big characters. At first, I thought Drew wasn't gonna make it out. Before last episode, I thought that Drew wasn't gonna make it out. I'm hoping that Diana don't make it out. I'm sorry, Toya. Because I'm over her. It's sad, y'all, but I kind of don't want nobody to die for real. Like, if anybody, maybe Diana, she's the least interesting right now. But I wouldn't be mad if she survived, if everybody survived. But if people had to go, Diana, then Drew. No, I'm sorry. Diana, Braden, then Drew. Monet. Davis, Effie, Kane, Tariq. That's my reverse order. So if people had to die, the first one I need to go is Diana, then Braden, and everybody I just said, in that order. How Braden? Oh, I already said that. I already read that. If y'all missed it, we did do our top 3. So top 3 people. If only 3 people can make it out of this season, who would you want? And if you're just coming in, go ahead and add your top 3. I saw somebody had just put theirs in. Let me read it. Oh, Michelle says my top 3 is Tariq, the Tejadas, and Effie. That's more than 3. You can't take all the Tejadas. You gotta pick one of them. You gotta pick one of them. That man Braden really tripped. Yo, Braden was bugging out. You go and beat the hell out of a white drug dealer who is spiking coke with fentanyl for Elle, when Elle could have easily got her drugs from you. Braden, please. How would y'all feel if Dawn Carter smoked Davis? I don't think that Carter earned that. Somebody important, not to say that Carter's not important, but somebody bigger got to kill Davis. It would kind of feel like how it felt when Davis's brother killed what's his name? Nancy. What's this cop name? Damn, my memory's so bad. It would feel like that, honestly. That baby was the best thing she never had. Yes, who was Harper? That is the best thing that she never had. I love how you put that. You feel like Tariq is about to kill Carter? It looked like it. That little preview, that's what it looks like it. Jason said this episode was mid. Janelle says the loss of the baby is a blessing in disguise. Okay, I thought that when I said that, everybody was going to be all appalled. I'm glad that we see each other. I'm glad. Where is Lauren at? I definitely think that Lauren is going to reappear at some point. She's not gone for good. The plan backfired like a motherfucker. Yes. Because they were rushing. They were rushing around like, oh, we got to get them off our back. We got to get them off our back. He didn't even ask you to do nothing yet. Like, even if he had given y'all a plan or like giving y'all something to do, y'all could have tried to figure out something to make it work within that. But y'all are like grasping at straws trying to get rid of Noma and Carter or make them go at each other when they're not even doing anything in the moment, which is literally exposing y'all. It makes no sense. It's so easy to see how that's backfired. Like, of course. You think that Drew got a plan because of the look he gave Diana last episode? Yeah, I think that Drew working on something. Who Harper says, I feel bad for Monet because ultimately she's scrambling because she feel like her kids won't talk to her. She can't make sure they live. I mean, aside from this episode, Drew, was on the mend with her and like was going to forgive her, like was in the place of like trying to forgive her. Shit getting complicated as it pertains to the business is definitely making it worse. So I don't think that she has to worry about the kids not speaking to her outside of the business. That's why I'm also just like, I don't understand why she is in this place of like, oh, we gotta. Like, girl, pump your brakes and like consider for a second. You doing the things that you used to do are not going to get the results that it needs to happen in this new thing. So take some time. But then also us being in what is the very tail end of this series with the season coming to an end, we don't even have the time for them to be able to give the characters time to truly come up with some like mastermind ass plan. So it feels like she's doing a little bit more of the same, which to me would lend itself to the kids believing that you didn't actually change because you're still dealing with new problems with the same ways that you dealt with the old problems. Hey Kofi, welcome in. Don't know how they wrap this up in 2 episodes. Kane be smiling around Effie. That boy is gone. Yes, he is. Kane love that girl. Kane and Drew basically switch roles in this season of Powerbook 2 Ghosts. That's an interesting take, DeMarcus. That's a very interesting take. I thoroughly enjoyed watching Kane and Drew interact in this episode, though. That was definitely giving chef's kiss. Hoping your top 3 are Tariq, Kane, and Diana. Okay. So many people want to save Diana. Y'all, I think that we are never going to see Salim again. I fear. I know we never got his body, but I think that that's just going to be one we got to chalk up to they ain't had no time. Is Drew trying to infiltrate Carter and the crew to prepare for some big takedown or something? I want to know how he benefits other than not going back to jail. I think so, Cherish. Like, I think that that's the thing. Ultimately, he wants to take them down, but I don't know how he's going to construct this plan because he's doing it without Kane, without Monet, without Tariq, without all of the people that he actually has access to be able to, really put something in work. So I'm like, you infiltrating, but what is the plan here? And I wish they would give us something like have him show his hands at least to the audience, not of course to Carter, but show us what is the end game here. All right, y'all. I'm going to open up the Discord if you want to call in and sound off. Just join the live chat waiting room and I will bring you right on in by joining the Discord. IDK, why Monet seems so weak now? I feel like the beginning of the series she was on top. 100%. 100%. It's probably because of like how they got her seemingly like, oh my god, I gotta do this. Oh my god, I gotta do that. We gotta go beg Noma again. They gotta go. We didn't see Monet beg for nothing. We didn't see Monet on the defense in the first like 2 seasons, I would say. She was always on the offense. So now that she's only like reacting, it makes her look weaker as a character for sure. Danielle says, oh no, I just read that, but that was your comment. Thank you for adding that, boo. Marcus says it will come full circle if Monet saved Diana and Drew when Drew and Diana tried to unalive Monet. She gonna have to do something. She still has some making up to do. Curly Cutie says this episode was so boring. They were laying a lot more build up. I think they were really trying to set up for the final 2 episodes. So that's probably why I felt a little bit boring. That's his name, Sax. I know his like real name on the show is Nancy, so that's what I defaulted to. But yes, so if Carter killed Davis, it would feel like when Davis's brother killed Sax. Like, yes, Sax dying was a pivotal moment, but like Tariq should have killed Sax or Davis should have killed Sax. Like somebody more meaningful should have been the one to kill Sax. Monet and Tariq about to go to work next weekend. We gonna see. They better not have put all the best moments in the damn trailer, because the way they run around, woe is me, what we gonna do this episode? I was just like, can y'all please, and get off my nerves. Golly. Frederick says, I think that Effie will take a bullet for Tariq like Angela did for Ghost. Ooh. And if she do that, that is going to send Kane into orbit, bro. Like, Kane will never recover from Effie taking a bullet for Tariq. Like, ever. Louis Harper says that Tariq pissed me off helping White Bobby get his get back for Timu Whitney. Just because Braden helped him with Zion for Diana, that was his baby mama. It was different. Timu Whitney is sending me. Hey, Kofi, how are you?
What's up? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
All right, cool. Switching it up today. I'm not actually using my phone instead of my laptop, so.
Oh, okay.
This episode was alright. I mean, I didn't hate it. You know, nice calm before the storm. I'm waiting for next Friday because it looked like Tariq about to put in that work. Like, I heard how angry he is. Like, you would almost have thought like Carter killed somebody of close to him, but he's not playing games. Like, you going up in the church in the house of God? Like, what? I, I'm a church going man, so him pulling up in the house of God to kill this man is
The
demon
confessional is
times
crazy work.
1,000. Yeah. Even Davis got a strap too, and I'm like, hmm. And I feel like he might go because this playing 2 sides of the fence is only going to work
Mm-hmm.
for so long, and I don't know who's going to catch on quickly, but I would assume it'd be Noma, and maybe he will have to protect himself. I wouldn't want him to go out, but he might go out like Proctor went out in OG Power, so it's like, yeah, but you know,
Unfortunately, he needs the gun now because y'all made it known that the information about, her trying to flip the senator came from y'all. Y'all have no way of knowing that. Tariq and Monet, y'all have no way of knowing that except for with Davis. The man literally
yeah,
said that he had to be careful, and here y'all go.
yeah. So it's only a matter of time. Um, I wish we would have gotten Effie's mom a little bit earlier. I mean, this just seems inconsequential at this point. Shout out to the actress from The Sopranos, so that was a nice, you know, touch. I kind of expected it because Effie always gave me like she's biracial, so it would make sense that she'd have a white mom, so to speak, or Italian or whatever.
Well, her mom is Latina, but she just is white passing
Well,
Latina.
right, yeah, so that didn't surprise me. But I just feel like it's way too late in the game to be doing this. They should have did this way earlier, you know? It
Well, I
just
don't
felt
know if
like
they're going to
here.
do anything else with it. So if they leave it here and they don't bring her back, then I don't see nothing wrong with it. The scene was two
Mm,
3 minutes max. It did what it needed
yeah,
to do. It was kind of let down because we kind of hoped that her mom was more integrated into our story without us knowing. And I love having like little Easter eggs like that where like somebody basically is hiding in plain sight. But it
yeah.
did what it needed to do in reference to fleshing out the whole Effie and her struggle with being loved and really driving home that being her motivating thing.
And speaking of that, man, Noma's petty, bro. Like for real. Like you didn't have to flash the ring
Heavy.
like that. You don't even love Kane like that. You're just doing this for business. Business is business, right? About my business. So I don't understand what was that about that that little arrangement you guys have could end. Uh-uh. Kane love that girl. Like if he has to choose between you and Effie, he's picking Effie. Like Kane is hard, right? But this man was smiling like he was like like that feeling you get when you're near your crush and you don't know how to talk and it's like no. He was giving me that energy when she came to his loft. It was like, boy, if you like the girl, just say that, bro. Like stop. So it's like, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
But that's why she
This
had to
girl
do so much. Like Noma had to do all of that because she knows that there are real feelings there with Kane as it pertains to Effie. So, women gonna
yeah.
overcompensate when they feel a little threatened.
Yeah, but I don't see why she need to feel threatened. Okay, I mean, you don't love Kane, so what is
Well,
you just using
it's
it?
not about love with Noma. We have seen how addicted she is to power and to control. So it's not about her loving Kane. It's about her having full control and full loyalty over Kane. If there's anybody, whether it's Effie or his mama, that is in close proximity that he feels drawn to more, and that at any moment, if he had to choose, he would choose them over her. She's going to have that jealousy because of that. I think that she gives
Mm,
Monet similar energy, except for she has a little bit more respect for Monet because they're of the same age. But she still kicks that
yeah.
similar jealous energy to Monet as well, and then she uses it against to weaponize against Kane, throwing his mama and his mommy issues against him to create additional divide and hopefully to like tether him closer to her.
Mm, it can be. All right, what
It
else?
definitely gives
Kane
psychology
and Drew.
101 with this crazy ass lady, and it's time for her to catch a damn
Yeah, it
bullet.
does. Yeah, and I don't know who's going to do it. I think it might be Kane that actually offs her,
It needs to
or
be Kane. It needs to.
yeah, um, uh, Drew. Let me talk cover Drew and Diana. Drew moving like Drew's actually behaving like he actually wants this, which is weird because Drew never wanted to be a part of this life. I remember watching this series and thinking that all he wanted to do is be with his man Everett and do art, but now he shifted into where he actually is about this and wants to do it. And I thought we were getting a Cain and Abel type of parallel between him and um Kane and
And
Drew, like one of them, yeah, Kane and Drew, like one of them was gonna take one of them out. Do I think that could still happen? Maybe. I did say my three that I thought were surviving was Kane, Diana, and Tariq. So maybe Drew goes in episode 10. I don't know. So who knows? But and then
I think that
Diana.
that's gonna. I don't think that if Drew goes, it won't be by Kane's hands. I don't think that Kane can kill his brother, and I don't think that Drew can kill Kane. And I think that
No.
they've taken a lot of time to show us that in their various interactions, similar to like Kane and Noma, I mean Kane and Monet are at each other's throats, and like she keep calling him stupid. She know that he hates that, but he will do anything for his mama, but except for be her little foot soldier right now because he's trying to be his own man. But he would never fathom doing what you know Drew and Diana did in trying to kill her, and I think it's similar for the rest of his family. Like Kane, I really don't believe is capable of killing his family because yes, in this episode he said his family first stuff. It is still family first for him, and he's battling with having that ingrained in him and that being a very real part of him, but then also trying to make a way in this world on his own too, and make himself into the man that he wants to be and a man that's standing on his own 2 feet. So that's where we see a little bit of conflict, and like some of the decisions that he makes might hurt his family in the short term, but he will never hurt them permanently. He will never hurt them in a way that will take them up off of this earth. I think that we
Mm.
missed the time where they could potentially be doing a Cain and Abel storyline.
Just the pettiness between the two of them was funny in this episode.
For sure.
The jobs, and then Kane taking the warehouse, and then Drew retaliating by taking the guns. So that was a nice back and forth. Oh, Diana, baby girl, I understand. I mean, I just joined in, so I heard the back part of how you said that this could have been a blessing that she lost a baby. I mean, I don't know if I'm entirely there with you. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I feel bad for her because she did lose that baby. Like, she didn't do nothing to deserve that stomping that cop, gave her. And even after she killed her, she still kind of feels empty. And her trying to smash Tariq without kind of that was wild as hell. But it's like I don't know if she's gone through the 5 stages of grief when it comes to her loss of her child. But
This was
I think
part of what
she'll.
I was saying in reference to them trying to like make us suspend our disbelief for various stuff because technically she can't have sex for 6 weeks after a DNC. Like
Yeah.
you have a
No, I
miscarriage,
don't
they
know
have
how.
to give you a DNC most of the time so they can scrape, sorry for the TMI, the rest of whatever is remaining up there because it rarely ever happens where it will clear itself out itself. She cannot actually have sex, and she damn sure can't conceive right after having a miscarriage. But okay, stars.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. Time is weird here. Like I don't know how much time has passed since then. So, but it looks like she's gonna get over it because I seen the promo for episode 9. She and Drew are shooting at somebody. So clearly, she's gonna let whatever aggression or pain she has with that, she's going to exert on whatever this mission is. I don't know. So we'll see. And oh,
Demarcus
I don't know if
says,
you.
you know what will really hurt Noma if something happens to Anya? 100%. And I think that we're getting a setup for that. And seeing Anya in this episode, um, basically try to call Noma out and like bring her to the carpet and like, yo, tell me the truth because your ass has been lying. And she continues to lie. And then her rolling up on Kane. Anya getting active in that way to me is foreshadowing to like something is going to happen with this character moving forward because she's getting in the mix. And it was so nice, I think, for them
Yeah.
to do it the way that they had it because she's getting in the mix without them just thrusting her. Like her even nipping around the periphery makes her very vulnerable, and her being vulnerable, people having access to her or her being potentially taken out makes Noma really vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree. You know, and I'm gonna say this before I hop off. I'm gonna cover my man Tariq St. Patrick. Apex Predator in loading. I mean, it's coming, so I'm waiting. I can't wait for him to do that. Oh,
Apex Predator
Braden,
don't have
Braden.
little raggedy ass animals as flunkies around them. Apex Predator can't be running around with little wayward ass junky other animals, getting them into messy ass kills.
Well, look, man, I was just gonna get in that. Braden is just one choke out away from completing the Tommy Egan Harley parallel because I feel like he's gonna have to kill her. Because L strikes me as somebody if
He gotta kill
they
L. Why
didn't
would he have to kill L? What?
because I think yeah because L knows he killed her what supplier right if the police do
L
they
is a
invest
junkie who has
Yeah.
overdosed on fentanyl in the hospital, and if it comes down to it, she don't have a recording, so he could just lean on she's a damn junkie and she heard that. But that's not what
I
actually
don't know.
happened.
I don't know. I mean, that's easy to say, but like, I just feel like this is going to come back on them particularly. I mean, well, then
The
again,
killer's
I
gonna
mean,
come back
Tariq.
on them. I don't know if it's gonna come back on them because of L, aside from if she gets put on the stand, because their fingerprints and hair and everything else is at the goddamn scene. Braden talking about help me get the
Then
body.
again, but then again, I mean, Tariq did kill Salim Messi too, and that never really came back on him.
He
So
had
it's like
gloves
maybe,
on. He didn't kill Celine Messi. He had gloves on. There was one shot. He didn't put his hands on. Well, no, he did put his hands on Celine, but he had gloves on. Braden put his hands on the little drug dealer, yo. No gloves, completely wild. He's also bending over. Like, Braden had so many touch points with this man, pulling him all around the room. I could totally see how Tariq got off with like the Salim thing, because he yoked him up once with the gloves and then had a very far distance. So the splash radius for even like the like it was just way more not messy than Braden's.
yeah, I get it. I mean, uh,
In addition to Braden
stressing me.
acting erratic.
Yeah, it's stressing me out,
They on
but
this
you
quiet
know,
ass street when it pertains to Celine, but y'all in this crowded ass ghetto ass apartment. People like, is everything all right? Like, everything
yeah,
about this kill was ridiculous. Braden should be
yeah.
ashamed of himself.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's. I mean, yeah, it should be, but they got bigger fish to fry than this messy kill. I mean, right before he did the stupid thing, he was speaking sense about Tariq wanting to take out Carter. Like that made sense. Like what he was talking about was real. So yeah, broken clock can be right twice a day, I guess, whatever the expression goes.
All right,
But
what's the
yeah,
thoughts you want to share about Tariq?
Tariq, I just felt like calm before the storm, man. I want my mans to make it out alive and whatever. And this is what's so disappointing because I don't know how they wrap this in 2 episodes, to be quite honest, because it feels like there's gonna be some unanswered issues, some cliffhangers, something along those lines, and I don't know if I'll be satisfied with the ending, low key. What's an ideal happy ending? I want him to not make it out, get back to Tasha and Yaz and his family. So I'm not sure, but I do know he's about to put in that demon time work in episode 9. So this one, I mean, I understood the play of trying to pit Nova and Carter together, but it backfired like a mother. Now they
Backfire
know.
like
Now they know that they've been played, so they're gonna try and take out him and Monet. Um, I kind of like that they're walking together. I mean, they're in it now, but it seems like Monet and Tariq have now, formed this like ideal partnership. So, I mean, I'm with that. I feel Monet
Monet
about
has
wanting to
always
protect.
loved her real son more.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Tariq St. Patrick.
Oh,
He'd
she's
adopt
always
the he'd
respected that man.
she'd adopt the boy if she wanted to. Yeah, low key. I understand her trying to you know, put her family back together. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe no greater love than to lay down your life for your kids. So maybe she's out of here too for one of these kids. I'm
Yeah,
just
you've been calling
anticipating
that
it.
from the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's coming. And yeah, so I'm sure 9 is going to be getting rid of Carter, and then 10 would be the final boss, Noma, and whatever happens, happens. I don't know. I have no idea how this series ends, so that's how I'm looking at it. But if I have to give a rating, I'm gonna give this one a solid 7.5, a calm before the storm, which is weird because episode 8's and Power are supposed to be action packed, but I guess they're saving it for 9 and 10, and hopefully no leaks. No
Fingers
leaks.
crossed, no leaks. And if
No
that do
leaks.
leak, don't y'all bring that mess here. I don't want to know. I want to watch it myself and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
year. Every year,
Yeah.
like clockwork.
That's
Thank you,
probably why
Kofi.
50. That's probably why 50 getting off from Stars to make his own streaming network. So because of that. But yeah, great episode, and I can't wait for next week Friday and see my boy Tariq go to a church of all places to kill Doc Carter. That Michael Ealy, you killing it, my brother. This is probably
He
my favorite role from
is.
him. Like low key. Like I don't want him to get typecasted as always playing the crazy guy, but for some reason it works.
It
So
works.
it's like,
It works
yeah,
really well. And I'm
alright though,
nervous
but
that Nico is going to backstab him, but also Carter got to go. So it's just like, damn
yeah,
him.
yeah. Well, we'll see. Like the fact that they made a reference to Training Day is appropriate.
So when Tariq said to think that he gets out from training day, I said, Tariq, please, are you cackling? What?
Yeah,
But it's so
yeah.
accurate. It's so accurate. All
It
right,
is
thank you, Kofi.
accurate.
I appreciate it.
Alright, peace.
Let me hop back in this chat and see what y'all's talking about. If you want to share your thoughts, I do have the Discord link in the chat. So just click it and come on in and you can sound off. Help me get this body took me out, says who is help me get this body is wild work. Cause what do you mean? I'm gonna put my hands on that. We ain't even lay nothing down like Braden. Please. Braden needs to take his ass back home. Your daddy, he'll take you back. Hey, Joey Stiletto. I'm sorry. TV says my top three that stays is Tariq, Effie, and Kane. I ain't mad at that at all. I ain't mad at that. Hobley says Kane won't let his mom go down without a fight. Unless his mama is still showing her love for her other son, Tariq. You right. He ain't letting her go down without a fight. But I fear that even Tariq, like I thought about that in this episode of like watching Tariq and Monet go to the penthouse to sit down and talk to Carter. I mean to talk to Noma and Kane. I was like, is Kane sitting up here thinking of like, look at her running around with this nigga? Because we know that Kane like hates Tariq and like is never going to not hate Tariq. Big Cav says Drew has me wanting to know the lame password Kane used. Or is it everybody hates Tariq? All it's probably some whack stuff like that. It's probably some whack stuff like that. Okay, I said it right the first time. Braden's parents don't want him. He gonna have to make them want him. The streets don't want him either. And the streets is gonna get him killed. At least his daddy ain't gonna kill him. His daddy just gonna be a little racist. He gotta let go of all his black friends. At least you're gonna have food in your stomach, a roof over your head. Maybe you could go back to school. Like, what is Braden doing with himself? Aside from like, oh, give me an attaboy because I got course correct back from Effie. Like, you're just running around getting high all day, bro. You need to do something with yourself. Kendra says, I can see Monet and Tariq winning this fight. I can see it. I can see it too. But I don't think it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be a multi-step win. And low key, y'all, I'm like, dang, they introduced Carter in the fourth and quote unquote final season, but he would have been a really great character to see early on and to have like each season like a big moment that unveiled something about him and then build up to this. It kind of sucks that we only get a Carter villain cop story in this one season. Because he is a very, very like he is a very dope villain and adversary for sure. You want Tate to get with Carter? I wonder if we're gonna see Tate again. I didn't like how they allowed like Tate to go along with it, just take the story that was given. I kind of wanted a little bit more. So that leads me to like hope for like, okay, we're not done with seeing Tate yet, but I don't know. Kane will not like that Noma is dealing with Don Carter, and this will cause Kane to not marry Noma. Ooh, you think he'll go as far as to not marry her? Because if he don't marry her, then she don't have no need or no reason for him, right? So then she gonna be trying to kill him. I don't know if he gonna make that type of rash decision so quick with no additional options. Nikki the Diamond says, "Where is Blanca? Child in Chicago." I don't know. I'm guessing. I think she cut her losses as it pertains to Tariq St. Patrick and said she's done taking L's. Janelle says, I can't believe the series is ending. I thought they would save it by moving to another network. There are more stories to tell in the series. There are. And honestly, y'all, I really think that they're about to relaunch the Power universe. I really do not believe that this is the end. I think that they are using this for marketing, but they are still going to be telling at least some of these character stories. The characters that make it out, I think that they're about to combine characters across series, well, specifically for Force and Ghosts. And honestly, with Origins and Raising Kanan too, I could totally see that happening. And they're going to move forward there. So it's going to be less spinoffs, but there's going to be, I don't think that we're done with the Power universe for real. Hey, Justine, welcome in. Justine says Tariq and Tejadas gotta go. I forgot that you was a Tariq hater. Kane can stay. Carter needs to keep going like Sax did. You know I gotta say it at least once. Hilarious. Cherish says I didn't think about that. What if Tate finds out Carter killed his brother and takes him out himself? I could live with that. I could totally live with that. The series is ended too quickly. We got too many storylines to tie up in 2 hours. Way too many storylines. Entirely too many. I think Effie would have her own spinoff. I think that she could definitely carry her spinoff. Alex Lepre could 100% carry a spinoff. Anything else we didn't talk about? Hey, Mercedes Mitchell, welcome in, boo. Anything else we didn't talk about, child? The plan going awry at the very end took me out because why are y'all two talking? Becoming buddies, if you will. Bandit ass buddies. Child. Tariq, you are in danger, my baby. You are in danger. Carter, you gotta go. I love you, Michael. But Carter, you gotta go, man. You causing too many problems. You kicking up too much dust. Low key want more from Anya. And I know I'm not going to get it. Like we're going to get some more like her appearing and potentially dying because that's going to mess with Noma. But I like low key would love to see what Anya looks like in the life. Like the actress who plays her, I'm obsessed with her. Like obsessed. She's so cute. She's so posh. She's so fly. Like the chemistry that she has with the characters on screen and the portrayal that she has of like this upper echelon elite, like you hoes could never, it's given. And I just kind of would love to see what that looks like if she was actually like moving and grooving in the biz, in the industry, in the game. But I know she's just a little sub character. I'm just obsessed with the actress for sure. I know this will never happen, but I could also stand for Anya killing Noma. But I know that's not gonna happen. Anything else I miss, y'all? It's Diana trying to trap Tariq for me. Do it count as a trap if she told him up front? I don't think it's a trap. I think she just want her baby back. I said, Diana, go take a nap, please. Just saying else says, but in all seriousness, I don't think Tariq is going to take out Carter without losing something big or going to prison. And maybe the thing that he loses big is Braden's ass, because I'm ready for Braden to go. But you're probably right. Totally see Tariq ending the series in jail. It would suck. I don't want it to happen. But if it's between Tariq going to jail or dying, send his ass to jail immediately. Immediately send him to jail. Noma could have been dead. They gotta move quicker. For real. Been ready for Noma to die since episode 1 of this first of the season. Like her crying in that damn warehouse with that little bootleg ass shootout. I was just like, oh girl, you are not the big bad wolf. You are quite literally nothing. You are a non-motherfucking factor. You have been whining this entire season. Send the whole fake ass queen pin away. Throw it away. Braden was too sloppy with that kill. Handprints probably everywhere. Yes. Ridiculous. Sloppy as hell. And Tariq need to keep his distance from Braden because of this. Talking about help me get the body. You don't sit your cokehead ass down somewhere, Braden. Y'all, Effie, I mean, not Effie. Diana said, Tariq, please, can I have a baby? Please. Please put a baby in me, Tariq. Please. Please. Diana, please. Janelle says I won't be upset if they sent Diana to school in London off screen. Hello. What's Harper says I think Tariq might lose his mama, grandmother, his sister, Braden, or sad to say Diana because he's running in churches. Damn, he gonna lose all of them because of that? I mean, he shouldn't be running his ass up in nobody's church sitting in the confessional planning an assassin attack. But he ain't gotta lose everybody, right? Tariq isn't coming out of this unscathed. To me, it wouldn't make sense if he did. He's 100% not coming out of this unscathed. He gotta have his moment of like when Ghost lost Angela, but then Tariq don't love these hoes. Tariq don't love these hoes, so then we can't even have that because he's not really indebted to somebody in that way. And I don't care what y'all say. He don't love Diana the way that Ghost loved Angela. He don't. The closest person to that, I think, might have been Lauren. But Lauren is out the way. Ain't nobody pulling Lauren out just to kill her in front of Tariq. This sent me. Toya looks so pretty, but Diana, please, go home. Go to your room. Do something. Go away. What do you feel about Effie and Kane? Mercedes, I fear that Kane is down bad for Effie, utterly in love with Effie, and Effie is obsessed with the idea of being loved, not in love with Kane. She desperately wants to be loved, period. I think that the closest person that she has ever experienced being in love with is Tariq, genuinely. Kane was a runner-up to fill a very real hole that her mother put in her life, put in her spirit, put in her soul. And Kane is filling it right now because he's the only one choosing to love her and she deeply desires to be loved. But ultimately, Kane will always get hurt by Effie because she does not feel the same about him as he feels about her. She just needs what he wants to offer. And that to me just doesn't ever really work out. Earlier in the live, somebody said that Effie might take a bullet for Tariq, and I think that could be really powerful for them to do because I really believe that Effie loves Tariq, but that would break Kane, I think, because Kane doesn't. I don't think that Kane believes that Effie like loves him down. I know that he believes that Effie has feelings, but I think that Kane would want Effie to love him the way that she loves Tariq.
I don't get why it feels like I'm always being backed into a fucking corner.
That says, nah, that Tariq doesn't love anybody besides his mama. I don't think he has it in him. I think that Lauren was the closest thing. Like, he was really feeling Lauren. He was intrigued by her. And that was different. And then behind Lauren, I think that he could have built something with Effie. But the second double cross, that was it for her. That was all she wrote. Mercedes says facts. He done been a lawyer and a damn police to help her. He'll be anything. He'll be a damn Ninja Turtle if she need. Yes, Kane. Any other thoughts or questions y'all have? Some people were saying that the episode was mid. It was a ton of setup. I would definitely give the episode like a 7.8 or an 8. Like somewhere in that realm. It wasn't a terrible episode. It wasn't the most cohesive, and some of the stuff felt a little bit redundant, but I did appreciate a lot of the comedy beats, and I did appreciate some of the things that were laid down plot wise to push the story forward. I think for a lot of us, what's detracting from our ratings and like wanting to say, oh my God, this episode was amazing, is that it feels like we're nowhere near coming up on the end. So a lot of us are still feeling anxiety of like, how is this going to end in a satisfactory way? And we don't believe it to be so. So that's impacting how we're experiencing these last episodes. Louis Harper says, all I gotta say is, Diana, get it together. Please hang it up flat screen when it comes to Tariq. Please. That man does not want you. And I'm like, Tariq, stop sleeping with these women. You don't want them. Stop it. Yeah, I talked about Effie's mom earlier on. It sucks. It sucks that she has this male identified white passing ass mama who I could just imagine. I could just imagine how horrible she was as she was growing up. And to come and ask your daughter at the Ivies that she put her own self through for money because the man who molested her left you high and dry. Go to hell. I ain't see not a damn thing wrong with anything that Effie said. And yes, that's her mama, but I have no notes. Because, ma'am, go to hell. Expeditiously. She said, I wouldn't piss on you if you won't. Oh, Effie. But the mama showing up again just works to like help Effie's redemption arc and get the audience to care about her and not write her off, because there's so many layers tied to the things that became the motivating force for her to make certain decisions. She is running from the feeling of being unloved and being unworthy. Literally, she has never left except for like a few moments. I think when she had the relationship with Tariq during this series, she had a quick season of thriving before the whole Noma introduction and all of that. And that felt good to her, the family and all of that. But for the most part, this girl has spent most of her life in survival mode. And you do some really wild when you're just trying to survive. Danielle says, Noma only seems powerful when she has a man behind her. She don't give queen pin at all. She don't. She really don't. Who getting smoked in episode 9 if I had to predict? I don't think anybody is dying in episode 9, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think that some people might get shot at or wounded, but I don't think people are dying. I don't know if they're dropping people off until the finale. Even Carter, like I think that Carter could get wounded in episode 9, but I don't know if he's gonna be dead. Let me see. Is that everything? Oh, this whole thing, please. Totally get what she's saying, but I never wanted this relationship to begin with. Braden, please. Just please. This is what they didn't need to do. I would gladly take Effie's mama over this bullshit any day. And Braden trying to steal Effie's steeds of like, oh, I just want to be loved. I just want to have a family. I just want to. Sir, you're a little ass white boy. Cis het white boy. Coming from privilege and money, who decided to be a goddamn drug dealer. You are not marginalized. You are not oppressed. Take your ass back to your people, Braden. You have now swam to a depth that is way out of your league and your ass is about to drown. Go home. Elle was never going to be your saving grace. She was never going to be your buoy in this deep ass water in the storm. Ever. She was never stable ground. And you were never going to be her goddamn Clark Kent. Braden, be for real. A mess. Effie told her mama I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Josefina don't play. Josefina don't play that. Braden talk about I love her. He knew her for all of 2 minutes. And what he's known about her is not even things that you actually fall in love with. Like, what? I ain't gonna hold y'all. If Kane wasn't smashing Noma, I would have needed to see this.
Your whole Tejada clan, right?
I would have needed to see that go down. Immediately, yes. The actress who plays freaking Anya, I adore her so much. She's great. We talked about, we talked about Kane and Drew, Noma being petty. This is who's honestly the wild card. Nico, I low-key feel like if Carter gets taken out next episode, it's going to be because of this man. He's shifty as, and I don't think he trusts Carter. He be lying and whatnot. Talking about he ain't take nothing. You took $50,000 from Noma. What are you talking about? He playing both sides too. So, you know what? That's who dies next episode. Nico gotta go expeditiously, Kofi. That's who I want to go up in smoke. Harris says I feel like Nico would actually would flip on Carter. I believe that too. I think that Carter kills Tasha or gets Tasha killed. Damn, why Tasha gotta die? How Tasha get in it? Louis Harper says when she said she wasn't calling him daddy, that tension was cute. It was so cute. So cute. And yes, they always at each other's throats, but I really do enjoy Kane and Monet's scenes together. They argue like brother and sister, not even like mother son. It's hilarious. But Kane really just be wanting to make his mama proud. All right, y'all. Those are my thoughts. I need to get a couple additional breakdowns up talking about, I think I do want to explore Effie a little bit more, like what a potential spinoff could look like for her, because I am in a space right now where I am really interested in her character and what's her next move and what could be more of her world. Does Tariq make it out of here? Like, I need to really, I guess, start working on prediction videos because I haven't really thought about it. It's so many storylines that are just up in the air and nowhere near closing that I'm really struggling to even think about like how the series ends. But I guess I need to start trying to put a little bit of thought behind that. If you're catching this on replay, still drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know your big three. Who are you saving? Who do you need to leave out of this season? After the finale, there's only 3 characters still alive. Who would those characters be? If you're catching this on replay, drop that in the comment section down below. Or if you're just joining me, drop it in the comment section down below. It's your sis, She Let Her Talk TV with. I thank y'all so much for joining me on this live stream. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.
See, that's the end game. I'm trying to free y'all from all these outside motherfuckers.